Hello, and welcome back to all you lovely listeners out there. It's another fantastic episode of Not So Subtle.
Hey, boyos.
Hi,
Hello.
I am Jordan Miller, and I am joined today by...
Colter Potter.
And...
Dane LaPointe.
I'm glad you guys were able to make it today.
I had trouble getting to this house.
It was a long trip, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a trek.
I had
from
my
the downstairs to the upstairs.
I had my secretary clear my schedule.
That was nice of them.
Yeah. I have a secretary. I'm kind of important.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I don't know. You probably. I don't know if you
what's
heard.
their name?
Timothy.
Timothy.
Jiminy.
Jiminy Cricket.
It's Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket is my secretary.
That's not true. Okay, what are we here for today? We're talking about things. We have a special lightning round in store today.
Lightning round?
Guys, we have a special treat for you today.
We're going to have some fun, fast, lightning, quick answers. We're not going to delve too deep on them.
Is this going to be
Colter.
a tradition?
No.
No?
Probably
I mean, it could
not.
be.
Probably not? Okay.
If you guys want to do it again, I mean, we can, but...
Jordan put in a little bit of work putting together some lightning round questions for us today.
Now, let it be known, Colter and I have no idea what's going to be on.
Yeah.
I'm the only person who knows, which is why... Let's just get into it. We've done this rigmarole before. We know what's going on here. We're going to be talking about video games, movies, our Wacky Wednesday film. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows.
They should.
They should. Well, I mean, you guys have listened to every other episode, of course.
Because you're the best fans out there.
That's true. We're going to start off with this lightning round. Are you guys ready?
I mean, probably not, but we're going to have to do it.
Get ready right
We're going to
now.
have to do it. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. I'll briefly go over what I think the rules should be. Object if you guys don't agree.
Okay. Where's my gavel?
Don't hit any. Don't hit
I
anything.
want a gavel.
Okay, so I'm going to say the question, and I say question because it's really going to be two words with question marks at the end, and you guys are going to say, yes, this one, or, you know how it goes. You know a lightning round.
Okay.
I think we should just go in Dane first, then Colter, and then I'll say my answer, because I already know them mostly, but hey, maybe when you guys say something, it'll change. I don't know.
Okay.
I think either me or Dane should go first. It doesn't have to be one of us specifically.
Okay.
Let's start off with a little theme song.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
Okay. Yep.
You guys heard of the Ditty App? It's a brand new app where you can make a little song, and it's pretty fun.
We decided to make one for Not So Subtle. We also made one for Shrek that probably can't be shared publicly.
Absolutely not. Don't even mention that. Don't bring it up. Delete this, Colter.
I kind of went a little overboard with the app today. It's been a lot of fun.
Did.
I couldn't help it. Look, it's a creative outlet.
Is that a Vocaloid? Or like, is that just like a
What, like Hatsune Miku?
yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it's just like a program that it has, I assume, pitches that it'll sing, and then it's, one of those like Siri type deals.
Right.
Where it's voice
An AI.
to, like text to speech, yeah.
It's actually a person inside the phone that's just reading whatever you write in there.
Yeah, there's
like-
a person
Not a lot
in
of people
India
know
that
that.
sings it every single time.
It's like that
They have a
episode of
beautiful voice.
Black Mirror with
Yeah.
John Hamm where people get stuck in the little eggs, like Siri. Egg?
Egg.
Egg?
They get stuck in the egg.
All right, let's get these.
Let's do this.
Are you guys ready?
These lightning round questions
All right.
going.
Let me
Man,
pull them up.
Is it okay if I'm scared? Like
No, they're not bad.
I'm under duress.
They're all over the place. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Turkey or ham?
Ham.
Oh, Jesus, turkey.
Okay. Bananas?
Yes.
No.
I'm a yes on bananas.
Gotta get that potassium.
That's true. They're very, very healthy for you. Halo 3 or COD 4?
Halo 3.
Halo 3, yeah.
COD 4, you guys are fools. Shrek or Donkey?
Shrek.
Shrek.
It's the obvious answer is Shrek.
That's the only answer.
Maybe
Why was
I
that
could be a contrarian.
Was that a question?
I don't know. Okay.
Donkey's all right.
PS2 or Xbox 360?
PS2.
Wow, that's
Oh, no, actually. Shit.
really
Oh,
hard.
yeah, just instantly go back on it.
I don't know,
You're a
man.
coward.
I think I'm going to say PS2 because it formed me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with PS2 also.
I feel like the Xbox 360 was more formative in my life, honestly.
They're
I had a lot of
so
fun on
different.
the PS2, but the 360 has way more like lasting memories for me. Anyways,
I
very
almost said
different
I
reasons.
almost said 360 because of purely multiplayer gaming.
yeah.
That's a really it's like 50-50.
I have a
It's
large
tough.
fondness for a bunch of PS2 games, but I think just the 360 was just defining.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a hard one.
Xbox controller or the DualShock 4, which is the PlayStation controller.
Well, for me, DualShock.
We're talking Xbox One, or just
Or
Xbox in
360,
general.
whatever. They're basically the
Well,
same.
they're pretty.
For a long time, I would have said Xbox One. The DualShock 4 is growing on me. So
Xbox One is the answer.
I mean, the Elite controller is
Red
the
or blue?
answer. Blue.
Blue.
Red. You guys are, man.
You're a Sith.
Cheez-Its or Cheese Nips?
Cheez-Its.
I don't know.
Cheese Nips is
I haven't
like.
had either of them.
Cheese Nips-
Or I have had both of them, but I don't remember the differences.
Listen up.
do you
I'll break
guys-
it down.
Cheese Nips are better.
I'll break it down for all you dummies out there. Cheese Nips is when you send your mom to the store and you're like, "Mom, I want Cheez-Its," and then she goes to Albertsons and she finds Cheese Nips and she's like,
Yeah.
"These will do," and then they don't do. You throw them up. You never buy them.
You're
again.
pleasantly surprised. You're like, whoa, these have like way more cheese taste in them. What
No,
the heck is this?
no.
Like, oh, Mom, you bought Cheese Nips?
You're like,
Good
"Wow,
on you."
Mom, you bought Cheese Nips. Get the fuck out of here. I wanted Cheez-Its."
Cheese. All right.
A heavy rift fell between the two members of Not So Subtle
And
on
this
that
is the last
day.
episode,
Now,
I'll
let
tell
it be
you that.
known that my mom only ever bought Cheez-Its because she knows the proper cheese crackers to purchase.
Your
not
mother was
Cheez
lying to
Nips.
you. Taco Time or Taco Bell?
Taco
Bell.
Time because it's all natural ingredients.
Sure,
No,
Taco
it's-
Bell.
I mean, it's better than
I don't know.
Taco Bell.
I'll
in
probably
terms of
say
freshness.
no. I'll probably say Taco Bell.
Okay. Hot or cold?
Cold.
This is so
Just say it.
So
Say the
silly.
answer.
Cold.
cold. Sure.
Hot. Actually, I'd go cold. It's easier to get like hot if you're cold. You know, you can just layer up. When you're hot, it's hard to
All
cool
right,
down. You know?
freaking AC heating.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't need AC or heating if you have layers.
It's
wear,
true.
Wear a fucking jacket.
Onions have layers.
Sub or dub?
Dubbed.
Sub.
Sub is the correct answer. Iron Man or Iron Maiden?
Oh man, that's a good one.
Iron Man.
I'm gonna have to say Iron Man.
I'm gonna go with Iron Maiden. I don't have a huge fondness for Iron Man, or Iron Maiden.
They're so close. It's really
Listen,
hard to
they're
this
compare
is the
them
lightning
because
round.
they're
We're not explaining the answers. We're just going.
they're exactly the
Alright.
same thing and can be compared.
Sonic the Hedgehog or Sanic the Hedgehog?
Oh, Sonic,
Sonic.
no question.
Well,
Gotta go
Sanic
fast.
is much better. I was gonna throw this in there. I forgot to write it down, but now I'm just gonna go for it anyways. Sanic the Hedgehog or Spoderman?
Oh,
Do you know who Spoderman is?
This is silly, and I refuse to participate in this tomfoolery
Coulter.
Sonic or
We found
Spoderman?
out doesn't like to have fun.
on this
Quickly,
day.
Sonic
They
or
found
Spoderman?
out
Sanic.
Okay.
Spoderman.
Movie theater or watching the movie at home?
Movie theater.
I mean, I'm not a
Time is running down.
watching the movie at home.
Look,
I'm with Colter on that one.
there's a special feeling that's associated with movie theaters.
Yeah, but then there's people there.
That's true, but I mean, okay, if the audience is cooperating, there's no one on their fucking phone.
Listen.
No one's munching away on popcorn and like,
Talking.
talking. No one's slurping on their soda.
For me,
and coughing and
the perfect experience at a movie theater is when it's just silent. When you just feel like there's no one else here but me, and then you're just watching the movie and enjoying it.
That's how it's supposed to be, though. People are just stupid.
Yes, and that's why my answer is at home, because I get that experience.
But when you get that perfect experience, in
no,
a
we're not
movie
talking
theater,
about
it's
this anymore.
unmatched. Thank you.
Guitar Hero or Rock Band?
Guitar
Hero. Guitar Hero 4, not the new Guitar
4?
Hero. Yeah, like Guitar Hero World Tour and after.
I'm gonna say Rock Band.
I really love Guitar Hero 2 and 3. Rock Band 1 and 2, honestly. I'm gonna go Guitar Hero.
Rock Band is the most consistent.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero has gone through an insane up and down.
That's true.
Yeah, but
Guitar Hero
listen,
definitely has
like
some bad,
Guitar
but-
Heroes, like of course started off strong, great single player stuff. Multiplayer was mostly like PvP. I felt like
I mean, you could play cooperatively.
it's not great. I mean,
What?
not up
You could
until
play guitar and bass. That was the thing.
it was
cooperative.
fine. It was fine, but
What do you
Rock,
mean by multiplayer? Local?
yeah.
Like playing with people. You
Yeah,
played
you're
with.
playing in a band. Are you saying that's not good?
No, I'm saying that Guitar Hero did it.
Are you saying you hate
worse than Rock Band?
Well, Rock Band, I feel like, was trying to actually do like the multiplayer thing way more. So
I'll say it right
was
now.
more
Rock Band was more
consistent. It was
revolutionary.
first.
That's
than
true.
Rock Band was first with the
We're getting
full
close to the
band.
end here, guys. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Tea.
I love a good tea, but I'm gonna have to go coffee on this one.
Yeah.
Finally, the last one: soda or pop?
Soda.
Soda.
Pop.
What's wrong with
What,
you?
did you grow up in like Texas?
What? Pop?
No.
It's like, hey, can I get
soda.
a pop?
Can I get a soda?
No, I'm not on
You
that.
trying to get popped, son? Saying pop around these
You're gonna
parts?
get got
Soda.
if you ask about
don't-
soda in my house.
Do
Like
they
that.
actually say pop to people? Or,
Usually.
We're not sitting around finger popping each other's assholes.
bang.
Say, oh, do you have any pop?
I've not once in my life have I ever said that.
That's a false statement.
You're a
right
weird
there.
ass.
You're a false man. Okay.
You're a false man.
It's the end of the lightning round, and according to my tally, Dane has 7 points, Colter has 9, and I have 16, which is the total maximum.
You actually record like.
No, I did not. I
No, those are
literally
made-up
just made those
numbers.
numbers up.
Well done.
Those are imaginary numbers.
That's great.
Okay, and
Just like fake news.
sad.
Look, it's just like fake. I can't.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's just like fake news. Every
Alright.
time we do this,
We're going
it's
to our
tremendous.
next segment here.
It's the best
We're,
podcast.
We have a guest, Donald Trump today, guys.
Look,
Guys,
all I'm trying to do is make Not So Subtle great again. Okay,
Wait, great again.
we've been falling under hard times.
What? Wait, what?
Look, Dane had to go. Okay,
Shut his mic off.
Dane's a piece of shit.
Shut the mic off.
Donald Trump is here to take care of it. It's not a problem. It's tremendous. Thank you.
Solid plans.
I would just hit the mute button on your mic, but I don't know how that
But you
would
have
affect
no power.
the
Thank you.
situation.
But it would cause a terrible noise.
Yeah.
You have no power here. I'm the president.
You're not my president. Okay. That was,
You're not my
that was the end of the
president.
lightning round.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on. Colter, I think you have a question.
Well, I have a little quick
You
question
have
for us
something
here.
for us, and I don't know what it is.
This is also a surprise. This episode is full of surprises.
It is.
I have a couple different little things here. This is a quick one. I think I can actually do two just real quick. Since,
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do.
But you had a long one, right?
Yeah. I mean, just trust me.
I'm putting my life in your hands.
So me and Dane were actually talking the other night after everybody else got off of Pubg and
Yeah.
got offline playing video games. It was just me and Dane. We were talking about stuff, and then I referenced the term breakfast nook. Now,
Oh man.
he didn't know what this was.
What?
Are you aware of breakfast nooks?
No. I
Have you
don't- I
have you
no
ever
idea.
in your life heard breakfast nook
Never in my life. No.
said by a human,
Absolutely
or like
not.
seen it written anywhere?
I assume this is going to drive a rift in between our viewers of people that know what that is because it's obvious and a real thing, and everybody
No.
says
It's going to drive a rift between Colter and everyone else.
Yeah, I'm still not even sure that's a real thing.
I just have no idea what that is. I mean, I could take a guess. I'm going to guess right now.
Guess what? Yeah,
It's just like a little like cafe kind of place you go to for breakfast. You just go and like, oh, hey, you want
that's not what it
you want to go to the Nook? You're like, yeah, I guess.
Hey kid, you want to go with the breakfast nook?
No, I'm not. No, we're not like a mob guy. We're just like, hey,
Look, kid, you got moxie. I'm taking you
Hey.
to the nook.
taking you down to the nook
I'm
to
taking you
get
down
a
to the
noogie.
nook.
Charlie, you want to go get some food at the Nook? I'm like, yeah.
Charlie, you are in the
It
mob.
would be the name of like a little coffee shop, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie's Nook.
Charlie's Nook.
You go
yeah.
in there, and like maybe on like Saturday mornings, like real early, it's closed
Yeah.
off, and only mafia are eating in there.
Wait.
Only
Yeah, and it's like
mafiosos.
the owner is like an old lady who's like tough as nails, but she's like a motherly figure to these mafia members, and she's like, hey Al, hey Mr. Capone, you here? Sit down. I get you get your coffee.
And there's a guy in there, and his wall says "bad motherfucker" on it.
Yeah, and then like as they're talking, there's one guy who sits in the corner, like with his legs up on the table, like a cowboy style, you know, with a hat over his head, and like he'll chime in, like when they're like saying something, it'll cut to him, and he'll chime in and say something because he's a mysterious stranger.
I haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
like the guy that always sits in the corner every day and
Like he's always there, but then like you know they're like, man, like we need to clean up this town or like something like that, and then he's like, yeah, I remember back in '76 when I cleaned up this town, and he's a drifter, you know.
Yeah.
But he's back to clean up
He's
some
back
shit.
to mess stuff up.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's not what a breakfast nook is.
Damn, I thought we were real close on that
Yeah, I
one.
thought we were really going
Shoot.
for it, but
I mean, it is a place where you eat breakfast. It's
With
a
mafia
small.
members.
No, it's in your home. It's in anyone's home.
Okay, yeah.
It's a small little area where you eat breakfast, and I'm about to show Jordan some little pictures of breakfast nooks here.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a little bench, like table
Yeah.
and chairs kind of deal. Just a little corner of your house where you eat some break.
yeah. So I think
Okay.
I saw these the other night. Yeah. So I don't know.
It's real.
I mean, that's cool.
It's real.
The Nook is real.
The nooks and crannies are real.
I entertain the idea of it.
Yeah.
But
I guess
don't
you guys
fully endorse it.
Wait.
You'll never catch me
Okay, never
fucking
mind.
dead in a breakfast nook. I'll tell you that right now. No.
Yeah, if you were in any way involved in the housing market, I feel like you should know.
If I were more cultured and involved in my local real estate market, then
Don't even know what a fucking breakfast nook is.
Plebeians.
I'm sure Candace Brink sells only the best houses containing breakfast nooks this side of Mississippi. Local real estate agent.
Let's not say it again because I might have to bleep that.
Yeah, we might have to. Oops. I totally just doxed Candace. Sorry, Candace.
God damn it. All right. So the other topic I have here is, what game could we not pay you to play?
Oh, shit.
The list is endless.
Man, Battleborn?
Wow, that's just a savage burn on Battleborn, which is a shit game. But
I mean, you don't have to pay me to play it anymore because it went free to play because it's a complete failure.
I actually didn't go free to play. That's
it's actually a trial.
A misnomer.
Yeah, thank you.
But I have to think about that for a little bit. Star Wars Battlefront.
It's not that bad.
Oh no, that was good.
I'm kidding.
That was
that
good.
Game is mediocre.
Not pay me to play.
Incredibly harsh.
I mean, maybe like Nintendo Land.
That's so. Oh my god.
I haven't played Nintendo.
I love how these are all games that I have and like have played a lot.
I'm trying to think of I mean,
like, what is a game that's
probably like Overwatch, maybe
so offensive?
Pubg.
maybe like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
No.
It's probably a lot of people's answer.
That is
like
just too much.
Does it count? Because like I want to say a game like Final Fantasy 15, which I played and thoroughly played. And,
got the platinum.
ended up hating it at the end.
It doesn't really count.
Because I've already played it, so I mean...
Nowadays, we couldn't pay you to play it.
No, absolutely not. I would never play that game ever again.
Let's say, like, it's a game you've never played, but you know for a fact that you'll never touch it.
Okay. Man.
I think the reason I thought of this was because we were talking about, like, the simulators, like, Big Rig Simulator or whatever.
Like Ice Road Truckers and all that?
Yeah, I would never.
You mean Euro Truck Simulator, you buffoon?
Well, there's he was talking about the Ice Road Truckers expansion
pack
Leisure
or Trucker
like
Larry, like expansion 7.
How dare you? Euro Truck Simulator is a very popular series, I'll have you know.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
Do you guys remember like the Backyard Wrestling where it had like a really weird
Backyard
like,
Baseball?
Name? That's not.
Yeah, that's a game.
That's not the same thing. No, Backyard Wrestling was like, it was gritty.
That was it had like pictures of like women on the front in like bikinis or whatever.
And there was guys that looked like juggalos that were jumping off like the houses.
Yeah,
they probably were.
Like, it was someone's house, like suburban house, and then it was actually.
And there was like a picnic table with no legs, like balancing on like beer kegs.
Yeah.
That people would jump off onto.
Actually, I mean,
couldn't pay me to play that. Any wrestling game.
I would say maybe like honestly like Madden. Like, I would never play. I would never in my life ever willingly purchase or, like, pick up and play Madden.
Might have to at some point.
Why?
I just hate it.
Because you just hate football, or
it's boring. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, the gameplay is monotonous.
The thing about Madden that I don't like is that you have to pick your plays. I don't know if there's, like, there's probably an auto, like, pick feature or whatever.
Kind of feature,
There's that, and then it's also, like, I mean, sports video games are fine. FIFA is fun, because it's active. You're mostly always doing something, but Madden, it just keeps stop. It's like it's not good for a video game. I don't think. Like I'd say what you will about football. I just don't think.
I mean,
Dane's bold claim.
No,
I really just don't.
Otherwise.
I don't know. Like think about it though. Like basketball is super fast paced. Hockey, even like tennis is more involved than Madden. Football, like as a video game, it's just not fun gameplay. Yeah, I guess you could say like just quick rapid fire.
There's an element of strategy.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I would never choose to play that. Mm-hmm. I've played other sports games. I like other sports games. I do like sports.
You don't need to. It's fine.
Just saying.
The backtracking continues. No, I'm just kidding.
Just don't like Madden that much.
Do you have one, Colter?
Yeah, I mean, I already kind of said 2 of them. Why am I looking at my own game collection? That's not a good.
Which of these games that I purchased do I not ever want to play for money?
I mean, Nintendo Land is over there somewhere.
I did. Thank you. I did purchase. We were talking about like games that you'd purchase because of like the cover or something. Did we bring that up at one point? I bought Zapper One Wicked Cricket for PS2. Terrible game.
I'm so sorry.
It looked kind of cool from the cover as a young man.
Did it though?
I knew I was gonna get called out for that, but whatever about it, like grabbed me. Okay, wait. So like when you're in PS2, like and like PS1 era, like early PS2, you played Spyro, you played Crash Bandicoot, you played Ratchet and Clank, you played all these games with wacky like
mascot
little
characters.
yeah
Sure.
mascot characters.
And
you see
so-
Zapper One, Wicked Cricket. It looks a lot like Spyro. You're like, I'm gonna play this.
I'm gonna play this shit.
Did you guys ever play?
And then it turns out to be a puzzle game.
Gex?
No, I didn't.
Hell
play
yeah,
it.
on PlayStation 1.
Hell yeah.
He was basically like the Geico Gecko if you mixed him with James Bond and gave him a big old gun.
Yeah, it was a bad game.
It wasn't
Did you guys
great.
ever play Croc? Also on the PS1. That game is
Croc.
terrible.
That game is also not great.
I couldn't beat the first level of that game. I distinctly remember playing it many, many times when I was young, and I don't know if the game was broken or if I was just terrible at the game. The first level, I would like run around and like kill everything, get like all the stuff, and I just couldn't figure out how to get past like the first level. I don't know.
Yeah.
In Croc.
Yeah, Croc. I don't
I've never heard of this.
I do remember
Is it like Crocodile?
I do
like
remember
he's
that
like-
game.
It's another like
Oh,
platformer
okay.
mascot thing, but it's a bad one.
It's on PS2 or PS1?
PS1.
I feel like I did. So this is totally I'm not gonna name names, but
Go on.
when I was a wee lad, here's a picture of Croc, by the way.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh.
That brings
Yeah,
back dark
this is
memories.
definitely like this is a game for sure that came out and people might have played.
For anyone listening, just
this-
imagine a broke ass Spyro.
This is
Yeah.
just
It's
the
the poor-
Spyro logo.
It's the poor man's Spyro.
It is.
This
just
is
the
just
Spyro logo.
This is just Spyro.
Do you think it might be the like same people or something?
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely
it's
not,
not.
no.
These people fucked up.
budget
I'll tell you
Spyro.
that much. I got a 4.2 out of 10 from GameSpot. That's all we're gonna look at.
I mean, listen, that's
all.
I don't really
I
trust
don't know.
GameSpot, but no. But my dad worked with someone whose name I will not mention, and we had a PS1,
Thank God.
of course, because I already doxed one person on this. No,
Carol Brink. I don't know
God
what her name
damn
was.
it.
Was that her name?
we have to bleep it out again.
Why?
No, so my dad had this, like, we'll call him a neckbeard. We'll just call him Ned the Neckbeard for this segment
Okay.
really quickly. I had a PS1, as most kids did, around, like early 2000s,
Yeah.
1999,
Sounds right,
whatever
yeah.
it was.
Yep.
My dad worked with a Ned the Neckbeard, who was just a giant nerd. He would, like, inbox
Ned the
action...
Neckbeard from
in-
Nebraska.
from Nebraska, from Newarksville, Nebraska.
Nice.
He was like the stereotypical. He looked like the comic book guy from The Simpsons. Mm-hmm. Like, so nerdy. He was an inbox action figure collector. I don't know who would do that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
This guy is such a
Yeah,
nerd,
he
dude.
bought
Holy
toys and like would
crap.
collect them and keep them in boxes. What a fucking nerd, dude. Who would do
Man.
that?
Definitely didn't leave an impression on anyone.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's weird. So basically, the point of the story is that he would burn PS1 games. Like, he would just
he would burn them to a
like
disc.
hundreds.
Okay.
And I had a binder, like one of those CD binders, for PC games, or whatever it is, just for CDs.
For discs.
And yeah, for discs. And it was like a fat ass binder, just full of so many PS1 games. So if there's a PS1 game out there and I didn't play it, it's because the black market didn't have it on deck.
All right.
Yeah. So I was just always playing random PS1 games. I do remember Croc. I remember playing Digimon.
Yeah.
The first Digimon game
That's actually a
where
really good game.
your Digimon would poop.
Oh, that's.
and
I don't
then-
know if that's the first Digimon game.
Is it not the first one?
No,
I don't know.
played-
Your Digimon World or
I
something?
played that one, and I also played another one that was just like a straight up like turn-based.
I didn't play that
JRPG.
one.
That one was really good.
The one where
poop
the one where
decent.
your Digimon will like poop and everything
was a hard game.
is very hard because
Because your
You're-
Digimon evolves into crap. Like, if you don't take care of it, it turns into a terrible monster and you can't win.
yeah, you're basically like raising a child. Like,
Yes.
it's a lot of work.
Uh,
I
They
didn't.
turn
I
into
didn't.
a drug addict.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
and they
turn
start
into pole
stealing
dancing.
from like your purse and like your wallet.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
you're, like, trying to
like
keep
if
it
you
under
do
control.
bad, your
they go to
Digimon,
best high school.
He literally turns into a piece of poop. Like, he just turns into Poopmon. Is like its name. It's just a giant
Poopmon.
walking piece of poop. It's not even. I'm not even joking. I'm serious.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It was. Yeah, that game was interesting. But
Okay.
but yeah, I played a ton of PS1 games.
I remember. I know of a series and a game series that I wouldn't be paid money to play. It's gonna be a bold claim. You guys probably gonna think I'm just saying this to do a bit. God of War.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I played the PSP games. Well, I played one PSP game, but I didn't play any of the actual.
Why?
I don't know. Just like the aesthetic of it didn't really appeal to me.
Or why did you play the PSP game?
Well, that's because the PSP didn't have a lot of games.
That was because
and
yeah.
there was a lack of content on.
That was the PSP game to play, probably.
Yeah.
What, Chains of Olympus?
Yes, I believe so.
The one where in the beginning you smash that guy's head in with the treasure chest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah, I haven't played that much of God of War. I have the God of War Saga collection for PS3, and I played like the first like third, maybe less of the first game and then stop.
Those games are pretty good.
Yeah, they're fun for me. It's like definitely straightforward action, like beat 'em up with like a lot of quick time events, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy them, Jordan.
I can tell you right now, I don't like it's not the gameplay. I like that type of game. I like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, like those are the same kind of games. I don't like the tone of God of War, where it's just like, oh, like it feels like. And listen,
It's
you
American.
guys can like it.
You
if
hate
want.
Americans.
I'm gonna say this.
I get
Don't
it.
take umbrage with me when I say this. It seems very juvenile because it's just like some guy punching someone's head in to like make them very bloody and like, wow, look how gory this is. Look at me rip this guy's like feet off and kill him with it. It's like that's cool.
Teenage boy fantasy, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that you can say that, but there's also like a lot of smart level design and like puzzles and like there's a lot of cool elements to those
The
games.
gameplay is fine. I'm not dissing the gameplay.
This came out when you were a teenage boy.
No, I hear it.
and
I
didn't
get
play
it.
Then. Not gonna play it now.
Wow, you're so mature.
The story is not great. Kratos as the main character, you could say, is fairly bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is. I really like the gameplay, especially the first and the third one. Quite good, and the second one's good too.
Yeah.
I mean,
That is-
I might be convinced to play it if you guys pony up enough cash, but
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna put these to the test with actual money.
Yeah, I'll buy a tab of cyanide before I do that. So, thank you.
It's possible I should have let you guys know about this question because it's actually not that great as a lightning round question. But
Well,
we
yeah.
might have an update.
That's
later.
not really like a light. I don't know. We got
Wait,
our lightning round.
Was
in
this the
beginning.
question that you
No, I'm
said
saying
could be a long
it doesn't
one?
work as well as a lightning round question, which we kind of did. Like I'm saying it would have worked better if we had had some time to think about it.
Oh, and that's fair.
I think we did okay.
That's fine then.
Yeah.
Was this the question that you were gonna say that you said you had two questions beforehand? One of them was quick. One of the other ones was the longer.
The breakfast nook was quick. This one was the longer
One.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that was fine.
Yeah.
It caught me a little off guard, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Let's review the podcast as we're doing it.
I mean, that's how.
And
we're
on to
getting
the
some
next
good
segment.
feedback. Well, if we do move on to the next segment, that segment's gonna be our wacky film.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should just not say it anymore because people have obviously watched it, so they know.
I don't understand this bit that we do where like
It's not a
everybody
bit.
has seen this and yet that's not true at all. Like
Yes, it is.
if we want to gain viewers, they literally will not have seen anything.
They're gonna start from the beginning, otherwise, fuck out of here.
That's not true. People
if you
don't even
haven't
watch the
started-
whole podcast. Why would they
I'm kidding.
watch the?
Yeah, you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. So
It's
why
just
you
not a
here
funny
now?
bit to me. Okay, I'm serious.
We watched Hot Fuzz. What'd you guys think of that?
It was a movie for sure.
So I had seen
just
this
kidding.
movie. Dane hadn't seen this movie, and Jordan thought he hadn't seen this movie.
Until he saw it again.
I was certain that I hadn't
Again.
seen this movie because you guys were like, "Oh, the director did Scott Pilgrim, he did Shaun of the Dead, and those other ones." I was like, "Okay, I know I've seen Scott Pilgrim. I
Yeah.
know I've seen Shaun of the Dead."
Yeah.
It's like Hot Fuzz. No, I definitely haven't seen that. And then the intro started. I was like, "Oh wait, yeah, no, I remember this part." I was like, "Well, maybe I just saw the first like half of it." And then I was like, no, I've definitely seen this entire movie from beginning to end. That didn't diminish my enjoyment of it. I thought it was fun. It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's actually very good.
It's a fun romp. It's
wanna-
unmistakably an Edgar Wright movie.
Yes, very much in the tone of Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Similar. I think it's kind of like a better film than Shaun of the Dead,
Yeah,
like style wise and kind of.
that's probably true. I mean, this is there. I mean, it's just so fun to watch. It's like you go on a ride for sure.
It's very like fast paced.
It's so fast paced. There's no slow. I mean, there were times here and there in the middle portion where it didn't drag for me, but it was like sort of predictable. Like I can kind of see where some of the things were going in some aspects, and it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
I mean-
But like, the beginning started off really really quick, and then the middle, like once you got used to the pace a little bit, it kind of mellowed out, and then by the end, it was just like balls to the wall, like
It kinda
ridiculous action. and-
Definitely jumps the shark at the end of the film for sure.
It's insane.
It's
but-
absolutely ridiculous
But
in every way.
it sort of it's not tonally inconsistent, really.
No.
Like it's kind of been building up to that, and you kind of just assumed that the movie would pop off at some point, and then it does, and you're like, okay, well this makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's I've seen this movie a lot of times now, and I really like it, but I have to say that after like a bunch of times it wears thin because it's kind of like it's super like straightforward kind of action comedy, and every little thing that is said matters and like comes back later, which is like really interesting. But after you've like seen the movie a bunch of times, those very specific like framework things kind of like, it's like, all right, I get it, I know what's gonna happen.
This movie is just Chekhov's Chekhov. Like, it does
really
every.
is.
It's like, hey, look at this part. Hey, like, did you ever jump through the air shooting 2 guns? It's like, well, no. Well, you just did Chekhov's jump through the air shooting 2 guns because we mentioned it. It's gonna happen at the end of this movie.
Yeah, and then
literally everything they mentioned just happens, which is funny. Like, I feel like they just did that on purpose. But
oh, they definitely did. The writing is probably the best part of this movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
If you guys don't remember Chekhov's gun, it's the theory that if a gun appears in the first act of a movie, it will be fired by the third, and that is just literally true in this movie.
It can be applied to every part of this movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's. I think I even mentioned in the beginning. I was like, this seems like a lot of foreshadowing because they just like it's very explicit.
Yeah,
which is like it's not bad. I thought it was really cool, but it definitely like that's why when everything pops off, you're like,
actually,
this is a natural progression of where this has been headed.
I actually kind of like really enjoy the action in the movie too. It's kind of like it's not. No one's gonna mistake this for an actual action movie, but I think it does really well for what they're doing. Like it's super stylish and like really fast and kind of like hectic.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Now, one criticism that has been laid at Edgar Wright over his career is that he may be style over substance. How do you guys feel about that?
I could see that argument.
I'm not saying I agree with it one way or another. I'm just curious.
I mean, I feel like there are people who are gonna like look at this movie and see like a bunch of like the like cuts and like this like just really quick takes to like different scenes and stuff and be like, oh, this is just like there's so many like cuts and like super stylish editing, but it does kind of get a little like over the top. Like it's very just like the movie just like is just super fast and it doesn't linger on anything. So I could see why someone would be like, okay, well, like just like focus on one thing for like a little bit and don't just keep cutting and doing that stuff. I could see that, but
yeah, I don't think this particular movie is a big example of that. I think that some of his other movies might be, but this movie has a lot of like twists and turns.
It does
to some degree. It's not like super subtle, but
no,
it's very like story heavy. And I noticed that this movie like doesn't have a lot of CGI. It's like a lot of pretty good sets and like filmmaking and all the good parts of a movie production. It has those going for it. So
yeah, I'd agree with that. It makes me want to go back and watch Skart Pilgrim.
Yeah,
because
I've been wanting to do that too.
That movie is, I remember seeing that when it first came out. I think I've seen it probably once or twice since, but like after seeing this, I'm just reminded that they couldn't have picked a better director for Skart Pilgrim because it's just the most harebrained, just ridiculously over the top, absurd movie. Like, not that I've ever seen. It's up there. It might be the most absurd. Just
it's a little ridiculous.
It's so crazy.
I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim since it came out in theaters, so I would definitely watch it again.
It's a great movie.
It is a darn good movie. Not on the list though, unfortunately.
No, I mean we've all seen it. But if you listeners out there haven't, sorry, Colter, if you listeners out there haven't seen Skart Pilgrim, otherwise known as Scott Pilgrim versus the World, it's based on a comic. But if you haven't read that, just watch the movie. It's a great movie. Anyone could enjoy it. It's comedy, some action, some romance.
It's a little silly.
Yeah, it's good.
So action comedy kind of lends itself to superhero movies and Marvel.
Yeah.
How does this compare to Marvel movies in your opinion, Jordan?
Better because the writing is on point.
The writing is really good.
It goes way further in like both aspects.
Yeah.
Like action and comedy. So I think maybe that deflects a little bit.
I think mostly like the reason why I think this movie does like both those things better, maybe not the action. Like I feel like the action in a Marvel movie is better, but this movie is more like at its core a comedy than a Marvel movie is. Those movies are action movies with like some funny dialogue in them, not comedy action movies.
Yeah, I feel like the only reason that you or other people might not like comedy
specifically
in Marvel...
you, Colter.
No, Jordan.
Sorry, he meant Jordan.
You. I feel like the reason you may not like the comedy in Marvel movies is because it contrasts so heavily with, like, it's so almost out of place at
It's
parts.
cheesy to me.
I mean, I think it is at some points, but I feel like
say what you want to say.
no, I just feel like it's the contrast and like the fact that it weighs so heavily between like against the action and like the world-ending peril and doom, and then they just flip and have like a quip or some kind of crazy one-liner like in Civil War or whatever, like out of nowhere when it's supposed to be super dire. Is that why you don't like it, or is it just like
I don't like it because the writing is generally not good and cheesy. Like the writing is like they're in a comic book trying to be cheesy comic book one-liners when they're in a movie with like they need to have like fluid dialogue and human dialogue. No, it doesn't have it. They're movies. They need to like act like people in a movie. Not. Like,
I don't agree.
They don't
with
need
that.
to stand there and strike a stoic pose and spit out a one-liner like it's a comic book text. They need to speak like people and talk to people and say their lines like
There's
jokes.
something
Like,
there's something
be a
charming about
human.
that to me.
No, not to me. To me, it just ruins the mood. Like I liked it for a while, and like it can be good in like Guardians, but the last one I watched, Civil War, not a huge fan. I like the action in it, but the writing and the dialogue in it just didn't do it for me at all. And it's just because every time they like do a silly line or like their snarky Iron Man like does his little joke, it's just like, really, you guys have been doing this for like 5 movies. You guys are better than this. Like you're that big blockbuster. Like have better writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like one of the main
understand.
issues plaguing it is that it's PG-13 and it's meant to appeal to all audiences, and so all the jokes are almost dad joke level, like silliness. That's an over-exaggeration.
Some of them are, but I mean,
you see where I'm going with that is that like you can't get the rated R jokes, you can't get like adult jokes.
I mean,
which
it doesn't
isn't
have to be
the
adult.
essence of comedy, but it's just not it's not like from an adult point of view, in my opinion. It's kind of like
fair.
It needs to play like to a world audience, like super general audience, rather than like, okay, we're trying to make adults laugh here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I
think that's part of it.
I get it.
Dang, Mace.
Yeah. This also makes me really excited for Baby Driver.
I have
The
no
new-
idea what that
the
movie
new
is.
For some
Edgar
reason,
Wright movie?
in my head, I heard Boss Baby. I was like,
Boss
I'm really
Baby.
excited for Boss Baby.
No one has ever said that. No one ever said it. That movie came and went. Let's not talk about it.
A lot of people talked about it. It's weird how many people care about that movie.
But did people like that movie?
I don't know if people, or it has like
Don't.
52% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is better than a lot of the movies that are out right now.
Stop.
TBH.
I mean, but that's still very bad.
It's still bad. Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
still
bad.
critically panned, but
Yeah.
it's weird how like it has like buzz, like not as in like, oh, this movie's good, this movie is bad. It's just people are talking about Boss Baby. Like people are just saying the word Boss Baby a lot.
I mean, that's got a good ring to it, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Boss Baby.
and it's funny to make
Boss
fun
Baby.
of.
What is Baby Driver?
Baby Driver is a new movie from Edgar Wright. The premise is that there's a young man similar to a Scott Pilgrim type figure.
He's not a baby.
He's not a baby.
He's not a baby, but I believe his name is Baby.
Yeah, his name is Baby.
And he's a getaway driver, and his thing is that he like listens to music whenever he like getaway drives.
Is this not Drive?
No,
It's
Well-
not Drive.
I don't think he listens to like specific music when he drives.
But in Drive, he was a getaway kind of driver,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but that movie was also
There's-
like the definition of an art house like indie film.
True.
I like Drive a lot, but this is not like Drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not Drive with
And I mean,
a baby as
well,
The
the
fact that
character.
it has a getaway driver as the main character does not necessarily mean it is purely another movie.
All right, we'll see when it comes out, I guess.
We'll watch the trailer later.
Yeah, I actually am probably not going to watch the trailer because I want to know as little as possible.
Oh,
But yeah, I'll watch anything Edgar Wright puts out.
yeah.
I'll read a transcript of the trailer.
read
so I
it.
don't
Getting-
see any,
it's getting a lot
I'll
of
read the
buzz.
script.
Early reviews are quite good.
We're gonna do a live script reading of Baby Driver when it comes out.
Baby Boss.
Of Boss.
We're,
do
we're
Boss
gonna
Baby.
we're gonna get the script of Boss Baby and we're gonna reenact it right here on the Not So Subtle podcast for all y'all motherfuck.
Boss Fieri.
Boss Fieri. That's like a pretty good rap name. I feel like.
Boss Fieri.
Yeah.
Pretty good rap name.
Boss
Alright.
Fieri with those bars, boys.
Have we discussed his album on this podcast before?
Don't bring that up.
It's time to
The Mayor of
it's time to
Flavortown.
blow the lid off Guy Fieri's secret
I-
unreleased mixtape.
I just feel like a lot of people haven't heard of this before. It's called Mayor of Flavortown. Only one single has been released on it. It's something donkey sauce. I don't know.
It's
fantastic art. Okay. Anyways,
it's fire.
moving
it's not
on.
real.
We're moving
fake.
quick. We're moving quick. We're going into video games. We've been playing them mostly. I mean, I've been playing some.
Yeah.
Have you guys been playing any video games?
Pubg.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing else to speak of.
No, yeah, not really.
When we say PUBG, we're of course referring to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This is Colter's insert time.
Okay.
Otherwise
that
known
I
as
always have,
Plunkbat.
where I'll say
Plunkbat.
information that a new viewer needs to know, but no one else will do that.
I mean,
Right.
Some would say it's necessary.
They could look it up. I don't know. I mean,
PUBG.
PUBG's like taking the world by storm. We talked about it like 5 times already.
We've talked about this on all the other
Listen,
episodes that everyone has seen.
It's the only game we play. People know it. They have to know.
We don't need to hash this out right now.
All right.
But I mean, yeah, I haven't really
okay,
had
go
a
ahead.
lot of time to play it as much as I'd like. So I've been playing Pubg.
Okay. Did you play any more Injustice 2?
I played the story mode a little bit. I'm on the chapter where you play as Green Arrow and Black Canary. It's fun. It's good
How
stuff.
many people you think would say, "Oh, I know who Green Arrow is," and then completely black out when they say Black Canary?
I mean,
Is she in the Green Arrow TV show? Does
yeah,
anyone know?
I'm pretty sure she is. I don't watch that.
Do you
I don't
have
watch
any idea
DC.
who Black Canary is, Colter?
No.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know a lot of DC characters very well. Like,
Because-
I don't know.
A lot of them are just no one's heard of like half the roster.
You'll
in
notice
Injustice
Wonder
2.
Woman is nowhere on the docket this week.
That's because we haven't watched it.
Yeah,
Or have you watched it,
I do
Colter?
really want to
No.
see. I really do want to see Wonder Woman, but
I would like to see it because I heard it was really good.
I've heard amazing things.
I
about
thought it
it
was gonna be shit when I was coming out, but
I think
proved
everyone
wrong.
did.
well, listen, you can't trust DC when they make a movie. Let's just be.
I thought
They just cannot be trusted with
They
movies
absolutely
at this point.
can.
I thought the most recent trailer that I saw was pretty good. It was pretty good, but leading up to it, I was just not feeling Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
I don't have anything against Wonder Woman. I just am not that huge of a DC fan outside of Batman, and also like you said, you just can't trust after Suicide Squad. Like
After Suicide
dude,
Squad, after Green Lantern, after XYZ DC.
yeah.
film.
I mean, talking about games, people wouldn't be able to pay us to play.
Yeah, I
if
was
we're talking
literally
about
about to say
movies,
It's
yeah,
Suicide
like,
Squad.
if we're talking about movies, like literally, I didn't do it, but I regret not asking for my money back for Suicide. I'm not kidding. I'm not
Honestly?
saying that to be like, it's not an exaggeration. I'm not being like overblowing this at all. I really wanted my money back.
When
after
I
seeing
saw
that
it, I
movie.
saw it with Dane and another friend. Like there was the briefest of moments went through my head where I was just like, I actually am not liking this film so much that I might just like turn my head and say to Dane, like, do you guys want to just walk out? But I didn't know if you guys were just gonna like think that was a joke or not. I actually would have left that movie had
Joker or not.
joke or if you guys had been
Hey.
like, yeah, I mean like, okay, let's go. Like I'm done with this movie. Like I don't like this at all.
Dude,
It's
within
bad.
the first like 15 minutes, I knew that there was something very wrong.
Yes.
Something was very
Absolutely.
wrong.
I got,
Guys,
like-
something's wrong.
Yeah, I should have
Stand
just
up.
stood up. I should be like, guys, this is not okay. There's something.
I had like
at
a
play
chill
here.
run up my spine when I heard like the third like song play. I was like, no, this can't be this movie. This
The
is not happening
montage
right
with
now.
the it was like, oh man,
Listen,
I can't even put in. Words.
I love the radio hits as much as everyone else, but I mean, I don't go to a movie to see them. That's just not what I'm in for.
It's yeah.
It's a bad movie. Don't watch it. It's not
worst-
on the list.
Baby Driver.
I'll say it. Suicide Squad is the worst movie I've ever seen.
It is. It's the worst Academy Award winning film I've ever seen. in
Oh
my
my
life.
god, stop.
I just listen. It's mankind has gone down the dark.
There's
path.
other movies where I've fallen asleep, like Master and Commander: Far Side of the World, Salt, just trash like popcorn films. I've never been angry at spending money on a movie before.
What about Meet the Spartans?
Even that, like, I would rather watch that than Suicide Squad.
Absolutely.
Like,
crazy.
it's just Suicide Squad is so badly put together. It's so badly edited.
Just aggressively bad. Like
it's
it makes
just
you angry.
there's just
watching
so
it.
many things that are bad with that movie. And then again, I'm not exaggerating. Like, this isn't for a bit.
No,
I really don't like that movie. It was really
Have you
awful.
seen Suicide Squad?
No, I have not. And is it weird that it makes me want to see it more when people say how bad it is?
Probably.
I mean,
I feel like at this point, I feel like you may think we've overhyped the badness, but I honestly think that's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Strictly
it makes
from
me
like,
interested.
It's the first time I was like watching the movie, and in my head, I knew that I was like, oh, I actually think this is a really bad movie.
In
Like,
my heart, I knew.
like I'm not one who like looks at like cinematography or the way things are shot and how scenes are like portrayed usually. Like it usually just goes by me. But in this one I was like, this is bad. Like
it's
this
just
is
like
just bad
obviously
filmmaking.
like it's just everything about it is poorly put together. There's just aggressive music compilations
it's
in the
just
first few
very
minutes.
bad.
There's plot points that go nowhere. There's character motivations that make no sense. There's a useless villain. There's some pretty bad acting.
There's a lot of bad acting.
Really bad script.
There's a
really bad script in there. There's a lot of bad lines. There's a lot of lines that they probably should have just not cut out because it references things that were cut out of the movie.
Can I say the one line in the movie that actually caused me physical pain?
There's no one is gonna care if you spoil Suicide
Colter hasn't
Squad.
seen it. I feel like he might see it at some point. But there's a scene in the movie where Harley Quinn, who's listen, you guys, I know Dane likes Harley Quinn. I think she's a terrible character in all regards, in any medium whatsoever. But
she was portrayed terribly.
She's such an annoying character, no matter what. Anyways, tangent. In this movie, she has like her cell phone out, and all the characters, all the Suicide Squad members have like explosive collars on, so they don't run away and do their nefarious deeds. And one of them says, "F it, I'm gonna run away," and then the thing blows up, and he gets destroyed. And this is activated by someone activating like a little button on their phone.
Amanda Waller.
And then Harley Quinn says, "Wow, that's a killer app."
Oh no!
And it's the worst. It's the worst line in cinema history. It's so bad.
So
it's the
bad.
worst thing I've ever seen.
Now look, I want to defend Harley Quinn a little bit.
Jeez,
I feel like
it honestly seems within her character to say that, but
that is within her character, and also what makes her a terrible character.
Yeah,
like, it's just bad.
They portrayed her terribly in that movie. Like they gave her terrible. I like the idea. I like the idea of Harley Quinn from the comics and like the animated TV show and some of the darker Batman comics where she's like a victim of Stockholm syndrome and she's like manipulated like psychologically by the Joker and like they explore darker elements of that kind of stuff. It's actually really interesting, like legitimately. But this was way too cartoony and over the top. Like there are actually really cool stuff with Harley Quinn in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
So back to Wonder Woman. After all that, you couldn't pay us to see Wonder Woman, and it's really hard to go from couldn't pay me to see this movie to, oh my god, this movie is like getting good reviews. Oh man, maybe I should see it. Like, like, am I gonna see it? Maybe not. So none of us have seen it.
I really do want to see it. I worked all week, so I didn't really have a chance to see it yet, but I would.
Yeah, I definitely was in the same boat. I was just like, I'm not going to watch this movie because it's DC and it's bad. And then I was like, oh. I mean, I will watch like any movie if it gets like a good review. If someone says, oh, like you should watch this movie.
Like from a peer or like...
Yeah, I will probably be open enough to say like, yeah, I'll watch it. And like, it's a good superhero film, so why not?
Yeah. The sequel already got greenlit, which is not super surprising, but... I believe the director is back on board, and she's getting a lot of praise, specifically because she made a good DC movie.
So she did what no one else could.
Yeah, she did what Zack Snyder failed to do multiple times in a row.
At least during this phase of the universe.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what comes next.
I don't know. We'll see about Justice League. Did you guys hear the stuff about Justice League and Zack Snyder? You hear anything about that?
No.
So Zack Snyder, this is actually really sad. I'll preface this by saying that I don't like Zack Snyder, and I feel like I am angry at him for a lot of movies that he's made that are really bad. This is actually kind of sad. His daughter committed suicide, like a couple months back, I think, like March or beginning of the year, and it's been weighing pretty heavily on him. So he decided to step back from Justice League, and now. I think it was in like post-production or something. They were doing some like touch-ups on scenes and like some rewrites. And now Joss Whedon is actually helming that. He's finishing everything on the movie. He wrote and is filming additional scenes currently for it. So that is interesting to me because Joss Whedon is like the patron saint of nerds around the world.
Yeah, Is this going to be his redemption from Avengers 2?
I'm not sure.
He was basically like, I'm done forever after Avengers
2. Yeah.
He's like, fuck this.
I think it was just a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And like pressure from Marvel. And
so instead he went back to the same exact thing that he was doing before.
I'll give this a second. I got this time.
Well, no, there was
like, guys.
There were rumors that he's going to direct...
What if he just wants to
Avengers 3?
What if he just wants to destroy the whole superhero movie like genre as a whole? What if he's like
I'm done.
I'm gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna get in on the inside and I'm gonna ruin Justice League. He probably doesn't have to try very hard. I'm sure it's pretty bad already. No, but that is kind of sad.
Yeah.
My condolences to Zack Snyder. I know you're listening because you're a great
He's
fan.
one of our biggest fans. We know that.
Yeah.
I'll have you guys know, we actually were talking about video games before this.
We were.
We were like mixing up the two because we did like a video game topic before the
That's
movies,
true.
and then we went movies, and then we went video games, and now we're back to movies, and now we're gonna finish video
Now we're
games.
back to video games. What I was going to originally say still has to do with DC, and it's just that Injustice 2, like the character roster, like the list of characters in that, haven't heard of 75% of them. Maybe there's
I like
absolutely
the
ridiculous
idea of
people.
that.
And like, Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
This guy.
What the hell is
just
Blue
sucks.
Beetle?
This guy sucks.
This guy, come on.
Firestorm. Captain Cold. Just like,
Gorilla Grodd.
I had heard the name Gorilla Grodd before, but he's still a bad character. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of whether I knew him or not, he's bad.
I think
say
it is
Blue
kind of
Beetle?
cool,
Yeah,
like,
Blue
to
Beetle.
play a fighting game just in general with characters that you're unfamiliar with, especially when it comes to DC. But that doesn't make a lot of those characters very good.
That's just have such bad names, like Brainiac. Brainiac is the main villain. His name is Brainiac, and like everyone plays it so serious, like, oh, we're getting invaded by Brainiac. It's like, you know, we
That's
use
not
that as like
that
an
good.
insult
For me, I
for,
kind of
nerds,
like
right?
grew up
You
like,
Brainiac?
hearing that. I knew about Brainiac from a young age, so
Yeah, but-
it's not as weird to me.
I'm gonna shoot
It's
a
just,
spitwad at
like-
you, Brainiac.
It's like
it depends on
having
how
a
it's
villain called
depicted.
Moron or like
Yeah, but it's like it
Or,
depends
like,
on how he's
dork.
depicted. Like in this one, he's depicted as like this very serious, like alien commander dude. It's like his name's Brainiac.
the main villain is named Poindexter.
Yeah, it's just like that's no one can take him seriously like that. What I wish they would do, and maybe this would hold true for like the movies as well if they did this, is just like call the heroes by their like names. Like if
Like
Brainiac
Marvel.
has a name, just
yeah,
just
well,
use
like
the name.
Fred.
Like his name's probably like Zalgor, like Argonothian or something. He's an alien, but like just call him that. Just use his name.
Yeah,
Brainiac is a bad name.
that's his Earth white person.
They can't
name.
pronounce Brainiac on Earth, so they have to.
Yeah,
And
like
it's probably
Cthulhu.
that's his ignorant human name.
But yeah. But speaking of playing fighting games with characters you might not know, I've been playing Tekken 7.
Tekken.
Oh yeah, I do want to get that. Soon.
Mwah!
With men with lion or tiger heads, and then we got a bear, and then we got a panda.
Yeah, we have
I love those bears.
It's just a fighting bear.
Tekken 7 is the only game that has two playable fighting bears, and they're both different. One is a panda, one is a grizzly bear. And you
What are
can
their
change
names?
it. Kuma and Panda.
Not bad.
Which one do you think is the panda?
It's hard to say. I feel like you're
real-
putting me on the spot here.
The real question is, I'm pretty sure Panda is just like an alternate skin for Kuma that just got turned into an actual character at some point because they're just
That game
silly.
is just wild.
That game's really crazy and fun. I'm really liking it.
There
Yeah.
should be a fighting shark. They should have that.
I mean, they have a jaguar, so that's like halfway there. That's King. You saw him. He's cool. I don't think they have.
King is a classic Tekken character.
He is. He's been in there for a good amount of time. They also have a xenomorph, Yoshimitsu,
A xenomorph.
who's I don't know why they turned him into. He has like.
He used to be like a ghost samurai,
Yeah,
right? Or like a
Yoshimitsu has always
zombie
been like a
samurai?
weird samurai in every other game. He's in like Soul Calibur 2, and in this one he just upgraded and got tendrils and tentacles and just looks like a xenomorph now. It's so weird. Mm-hmm. But
That is strange.
playing a lot of Tekken 7, but yeah, just a classic fighting game series. People may have heard of it.
Arcade.
Yeah, it's fun. I've been playing it online mostly, which I can't say I've done for Injustice 2, but Tekken I just kind of jumped right in and was able to hold my own, and it feels like a fun game. The story is ridiculous. Like, it's really bad, but the action scenes in it are actually like really well done.
I saw the one where Heihachi or whatever is like kicking the missiles around.
Yeah, that one's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was just watching, I started laughing. I was like, no, this guy really just kick a missile out of the
Yeah,
air.
I
Yes,
saw
he
him
did.
just like with his bare foot, just be
Yeah.
like, nah, this missile's getting out
It
of
just
here.
like
and
flies towards you, just like, no, you're done with missile.
yeah,
It's
and that
hilarious.
was kind of fantastic.
That's great. But yeah, other than that, obviously Battlegrounds. That's literally playing that. every
We've
single
gotten
night.
very close to more chicken dinnies.
Yeah, we did win recently.
Oh yeah, we got another win under our belt.
In squads.
Yep.
I still have yet to win solo. Came in second the other day.
Damn.
Ugh.
That's a tough loss.
I
It
had
is.
a few I played by myself one day, a few matches in a row. Got like top 10 all the times. One of them I got third place, or it was fourth place,
It was third
and
place.
it was tough. Huh?
Yeah, it's a tough loss. when you
Yeah,
get up
it was.
there.
I mean, it was last really because I didn't win.
I mean, yeah. If
So,
you're not first, you're last. We know that.
one of the matches I had 7 kills solo. And
That's a fair
that got pretty intense. That was some shite. We also had that match the other day where I ran over 2 people against the wall with a car.
That was fascinating because we were in a Jeep driving towards the zone, and Dane was driving, and we see two guys in front of us. So I like peek out of the car and start shooting, and they down me really fast. And then as I'm out, I'm like, oh, Dane, no, I'm down, I'm done. And then Dane just like is driving, and just runs both of them over and just gets both killed. I was like,
straight.
no, how did
Two
you
people
hit those
right
people
into the
right
wall.
there?
I
That's
hit the
insane.
wall. My car is smoking. I'm like, okay, well, I need to get out of here. Get out of the car and sprint across an open field to you. And then we think we're safe and we get sniped at.
Yeah, we got into like another confrontation after that. It was a very exciting match.
It was really intense. Yeah, that was one event after another, and then we got killed by the player.
Yeah, that was a bad ending to that.
That was like one skirmish after another until we finally like reached. We were like hunting down a guy, and then we're like, oh shit, the play area is moving, and we were not close.
Yeah,
and then
no.
it was just game over.
I
think we all died out there.
Yeah, I did have a match where I got stuck outside of the zone, and I had actually survived out there for like a solid like 4 minutes maybe, with like a combination of like painkillers and energy drinks, which like heal you up over time, so you can kind of withstand the damage, and then just like healing myself with actual items. And I was like a ghost out there. There was no one there, and I just snuck up. Like, no one looks behind you when you're in that zone. Like, there's like, oh, people are behind in the blue death zone. They're dead. Yeah, not me.
Not me.
I'm
Not
coming.
me.
I'm coming
Coming
for you.
up like the thing.
Gilly's in the mist.
Yeah. That was actually the match I came in second, and I just somehow squeezed my way through there. And it's a valid strategy, but a risky one. Still didn't pay off though. But how about you, Colter? You been playing anything new? Or old?
I've just been playing Zelda.
Still playing that?
Yeah, I got my endgame armor going, and
Does it look dope?
it looks kind of good. It looks like
Is that the
there's not
Guardian
that much. Yeah, it's the
stuff?
Guardian armor.
Yeah.
There's not that much like customization you can do. You can like dye, like
Bless you.
DYE, dye your clothes,
You can dye.
and
You can die.
it's not even the full like armor. It's just like the cloth parts of the armor.
Is it like metal armor?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, that's cool.
it's pretty heavy duty armor.
Yeah, it's heavy duty. The hat, the helmet,
It looks
like goes
goofy.
over your face, and it like it has like an eye on it. It like looks weird. It's not that great, but
Yeah.
Does the visor like move at all?
nothing really moves. I think there's like little like kind of tubing with like orange light inside that looks kind of like
Oh, right,
lava
'cause
that
they're, like,
moves
the
around a little
Guardian
bit.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So it's cool enough, but I wish there was a little more customization for that. But whatever.
The idea of that is cool because I've crafted one piece of it, I think, but it's like you have to hunt down and get cores and like
Yeah.
this stuff. Yeah, it's cool because it actually kind of reminds me of Monster Hunter in the way that it's a free form kind of like you have a clear goal of like, okay, I need to get a Guardian core and like springs and screws or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you can go and like harvest them from like dead Guardians, or you can actually just go and be like, all right, I'm gonna be a badass. I'm gonna take down like some Guardians like on my own and plan out a strategy, and then you can go back and craft stuff from it. So it's like a cool like
You have to
loop,
take down
like
the
a
very
loop.
Yeah, you have to take down the very enemies that you're trying to protect yourself from in order to make the more powerful armor.
So then it's cool because once you make I haven't made all of it yet, but I'm assuming once you make the armor and start getting better weapons, you can go back and feel like a badass because you're able to take them down super easily.
It's at least for me, it's never like super easy to take them down.
No.
I think if you have like guardian arrows and
The
like
arrows
a
are-
guardian bow and stuff, the arrows are really strong. So
Arrows
if
are
you just
really
like
strong.
have a ton of those, then you can. But there's a lot of materials necessary for that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've been like, or I made the armor and stuff, and now I'm like, I basically breached the gates, and now I'm just kind of running around, and there's still like a lot of stuff to do. Like the area is still really big, so
Oh, so you're near Hyrule Castle?
yeah, I'm like basically within like the walls of the castle.
Oh, okay.
Or not the castle itself, but like, you know, the moat, like the big walls around the
Yeah.
castle perimeter. I've breached them.
The area I've been
So you're inside the castle at this point, or like the walls?
I'm
of
not
the castle?
indoors, but I'm within the borders of the castle.
Okay.
right. Yeah, I think in the beginning of the game, somewhere in my first hours of the game, I was like, I wonder what would happen if I just ran towards Hyrule Castle, and that place is kind of horrifying. There's just guardians everywhere.
Yeah, it's swarmed
Like-
with guardians.
Yeah, and I had really crappy. I think that was when I had like my like Hylian armor or whatever, like really crappy, like no hearts. I was like, let's just see how far I can get, just sprinting as far as I could.
Yeah.
Got trashed really fast.
Quick tangent speaking about armor. I've been playing Black Desert Online. It's an MMO. The like armor system in that game is kind of weird. You can like wear like you can get like your just random pieces of armor and equip them, but you can also like get like costume pieces, which basically just like overrides your armor, and it's just like a look you can have on your character. Because it's technically kind of a free-to-play game, you can buy armor like sets, costumes on their free-to-play store.
So you bought some.
No, I was tempted to because I was going through the store. I was like, oh, these are like really like sick looking armor. I mean, character class is a Valkyrie, and so she has like a bunch of cool like metal like angelic looking themed armor. I was like, this is like really dope. And then they don't tell you what the price is like in dollars. It's in like K currency or whatever it is. I was like, okay,
like the points or
yeah.
whatever.
I was like, oh, this is like 2,200 pearls or whatever. I was like, well, I guess I'll check how much it costs to buy 2,200 pearls. It was like $30. I was like, wow, that's like really expensive for one set of armor. I was gonna like pull the trigger on. I was like, oh, this is like, I'm gonna buy this because this is awesome. And then it was $30. I was like, no, that's too much for that. That's just ridiculous.
Dude,
at that point.
I talk a lot of smack against microtransactions, but
You participate in that.
I definitely do. Like Overwatch less so recently, but I have been known to buy loot boxes.
I get an impulse on Overwatch sometimes, especially during the events. I'm just like,
this event in
skins.
particular, I'm like, man, I want that Genji skin or whatever the skin is that I really want.
I've probably spent a fair amount of money on Clash Royale. Mm-hmm. I still play that game like every single day, and I've definitely spent money on it. Sadly,
yeah. I mean, at a certain point, if you've put enough time into a game and it was free,
yeah,
I don't have a problem with like giving, because obviously you like the game, you want to support the developer, right? Granted, they probably don't need your money all that much.
People like Blizzard don't need your money.
No, definitely not. But like, I'm okay with Blizzard's giving us all these heroes for free.
Yeah, you don't have to feel bad about
maps
supporting that
and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, why would I not pay like $10 for like skins and stuff in a game that I play all the time?
That's how
I'm getting free content for.
Yeah.
But then in stuff like one egregious one that you guys would have nothing, that you wouldn't know about it at all, is For Honor, because no one played that game. That game was just loaded with microtransactions, and that was a full price game, and I didn't want to support the developer that much because it was Ubisoft.
But is there a but here?
There's no but.
Okay.
I didn't spend any more than the original purchase cost of that game.
I got scared there for a little bit.
That game for me is, or the game that I like spend money on is Rocket League. Yeah,
I've done that too.
They don't do it in the best way. Like,
yeah,
you should be able to earn the items some way, like without paying money, even if it's like really hard. But you just can't. There are some items that you just have to buy. They're all cosmetic, but still.
That's what rubs me the wrong way about the Rocket League stuff, is that you like, when you play a few matches or whatever and you get that crate, you're like, oh, look, I got a cool crate, but you don't have any way to open it. It's just disrespectful.
Yeah. That's
like,
pretty bad.
Here, like, look at all this cool stuff you can get if you give me $5. Like, well, just don't even give me the crate at that point. I don't care. Like,
they give you a crate, but they don't give you the ability to open it unless you pay, which is so like scummy.
I think they should have it where they give you a crate randomly, right? But then like maybe every
randomly
like
get
25 wins or something like that, you get a key. Or like every something like where you have to play the game, like you have to sink time into the game, because you will be doing that anyway. Like, yeah, or maybe randomly get a key, or at the end of the season, like depending on like your placement or something, you get keys, or I don't know, something.
Some way to open those boxes without having to spend real money.
It could literally be anything.
Just, I don't like that at all.
That being said, I have spent money on the game. Not happy about it.
Still pure. Still
for
not
Rocket
dropped
League.
A dime on Rocket League yet. Well, I mean, I've bought some of the DLC for Rocket League because I like those cars, but just
but those are also like $199 or something like super cheap.
The idea of spending money on something that I should be able to get for free, that they're giving me for free, is just kind of rude.
Yeah, and then you can't even pick what it is. It's random.
Uh-huh.
So also, there's just no part of it that benefits you.
Yeah,
that's really true.
And then one more little tangent that I want to go. Well, it's not a tangent. I should have brought this up before I brought up the armor thing in Black Desert Online, but I think I'm very close to pulling the trigger on buying a Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Really?
If, and only if, when the new Monster Hunter game comes out, it's coming out in Japan on the Switch. If it has English like localization in the Japanese store, because it's not going to be on the English store right when it comes out. But if it's been out in Japan for like a couple years already on the DS, so I'm hoping that it has English localization in there, and I'm going to buy it off the Japanese store and play it.
Mm-hmm.
I have made a Japanese Nintendo account. I have perused the Japanese Switch store. I can confirm that games such as Disgaea 5 have full English localization on the Japanese store.
I know
the English version is out now, but
I know that's the thing, is like I know that's the case for like Disgaea, because that game's been out in the US for a year or so already.
Yeah,
but, like that new Monster Hunter game hasn't been out in the US yet, so
that's true.
Could happen.
Is that what's gonna push you to get a Switch?
If it has, if I'm saying it right here, everyone's listening.
I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it.
if Monster Hunter X Cross XX, whatever it's called, comes out and has English localization, I will purchase a Nintendo Switch.
You will perch.
I will perch that, a Nintendo
You will
Switch.
you will make a merch perch.
I will perch Zelda, and that's it.
I will not besmirch your merch perch.
I will not
I
perch.
will not besmirch.
Wow, I just destroyed my mic with that P.
Lols.
But you blessed my ears.
I was also going to say about Rocket League. Speaking of Rocket League, RLCS, Rocket League World Championships. That's not how you do that.
RLWCS?
Yeah, no, it's Rocket League Championship Series.
Oh.
Which it should just be Rocket League World Championships. But yeah, that happened recently. And quick plug to our Twitch account.
Yes.
We hosted it on our Twitch account, it's not so subtle, but
Which is up and running.
it is up and running now. We got it up and running. But we'll talk about that later.
In the plugs.
I watched a little bit of the stream, the final day of Rocket League Championships, and it was fun. It's not like immediately obvious, like any super high level play. Like they just do everything correctly, and it looks easy.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, you and I came in third place in a regional tournament, so
Thank
do you
you.
think we could hold a candle to these guys?
It doesn't look that like crazy when they do it, and they're not. I've seen like situations where people do insane aerial goals and stuff like that. That didn't really happen that much, but I think it might just be because like everybody knows they can do it, but they don't need to.
I don't know if like I feel like those kind of weird like ridiculous aerial goals are like not done that often because like it's super risky if you actually do that and don't make it. Like that's like you don't want to make that move in a Rocket League game. So I feel like people probably don't actually do that all the time, but obviously we all see it because people get like clips and stuff of it. But
Is it safe to say that watching any sort of high level play of any game, it almost feels like watching a different game?
I think so. Depends on the game.
Well,
I
not for
think.
this.
Well,
Not for me.
I watched a little bit of the Rocket League stream at work, and this was only like 5 minutes or something, like 10 minutes. It was really short, but it looked really tame. Like they were playing really careful. Like it didn't seem like they were doing anything that was that wild, but everything they were doing was like laser accurate.
Yeah, I did.
so-
I did
And that's the point.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. But like I don't know, it makes me think of watching stuff like I don't know. Call of Duty isn't a great example. More like fighting games, like watching Street Fighter or like even Mortal Kombat or like Marvel vs. Capcom. When you're watching that, you're just like, I don't even know like what's happening really. Like it's fun to watch, but they're doing things and like moving so erratically that they're like on another level, like another tier.
I think that's actually one of the things that made me really interested in Tekken is because when Street Fighter V came out, I actually spent like 2 months, or 3 months, actually getting super into the game. I read a really fantastic book called From Masher to Master, which is it's like
a title.
short, it's like a short, like 100-page book about learning like the basics of the ins and outs of like Street Fighter and just like general fighting games. It's actually super interesting to kind of see like, oh,
check it out on our Audible page.
Yeah, I have a live reading of it. Like it teaches you like, oh, what is like zoning and like all like the weird like technical terms you like hear about in a fighting game, and it was actually really helpful to know how to play the game from that point and know what that stuff meant, and it translated into actually learning how to play the game.
That's cool. I was going to say about the Rocket League that it didn't seem like super... I never felt like the fire of like aggression and like really like, oh man, this is like so like exciting and crazy, except for... so there were 3 teams that placed like top 3. 2 of them, first place and second place, were European teams, and the third one was an American team. And when the American team was playing, the theater would like light up and like cheer every single thing. And one of the matches was, I think it was the eventual winners versus the North American team, and it was like a best of 3 series, and the first game was North America versus, I already said, and North America did a 6-0 victory, and like the team captain's name is Fireburner, and it's like really cool, and like everybody's freaking out every time they score a goal, and so that was really exciting. And then it just went downhill. That whole series went from their like point of view of winning to the other team like, okay, the other team is for sure going to win this whole series.
Come back.
Yeah, so they came back incredibly and ended up winning the whole thing. So yeah.
When you mentioned that the one of the person's names, I'm doing quotes here, people listening, was Fireburner, that made me realize, like, that's, I wish people would just use their real names. Like, don't...
They'd be like, here's Jerry from Arkansas coming in for the big play
like,
here.
just use a name. Just like, oh, and, like, Jeff is going in for this hit right here. It's like, I'm not. And Fireburner's going in for the sick hit right here. Like, it's amateur. Like, it sounds like when they do that to me, it makes me think like, oh, these people are definitely giving off the vibe of like that weird like sitting in your basement like playing video games like neck beard like stereotype. Like, just use a professional name. Use your name.
Yes, there is that.
I get it.
There's also that this isn't like. So what is great about them is that they are putting a virtual avatar at the highest level possible. Like, they're creating, if it's Overwatch, they're playing like Genji at the highest level possible. They're like creating a new person, and that person is destroying the game. They're not doing like anything except like executing like
they are the thing or whatever. They are doing that though.
Yeah, but it's also kind of, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you're creating like a persona within a virtual world and like destroying everyone with that persona. So I feel like the name goes with that aspect of it.
I would agree with that if
I get it. I like that.
Only we lived in like the Ghost in the Shell like future where people could just like jack in and like, oh, we're gonna.
If we didn't have to see their ugly faces.
Yeah, no. If you just go like, oh,
we didn't have to know they're a real person.
We're going to like the virtual like room here, and like everyone is actually a virtual avatar and not just their real person with their hands on a controller.
But it's all taking place in a virtual. All the competition is taking place in a virtual realm, so that's why I like it.
I don't know. I think it always sounds silly.
I like that.
Oh, here's like Mango and like Cherry Pop playing against Zero and
their name isn't
Striker.
Cool. What is cool? Like, something needs to be cool.
Them being on a live like stream.
Kevin killed the enemy.
Yeah.
Jerry got the goal.
Jerry.
It's much cooler if it's like Fireburner destroyed the enemy.
Yeah. That's silly to me.
No, that's dope. Anyways.
You're just mad because Fireburner could beat y'all asses in a match.
Fireburner ended up
Guarantee you I could beat Fireburner's ass right now.
Calling you out, Fireburner.
Yeah, Fireburner.
He could
see me in the streets, son.
Well,
anyways.
Do you guys want to call it there? We could go for one. Do you have one more thing to talk about?
I think. Oh yeah, E3.
You want to shoot that out here real quick?
I'll take this away. So, all you video game fans out there, or just fans of maybe media technology in general, you've probably heard of E3.
If you like electronics.
If you like electronics, if you like expos, if you like entertainment.
Any of those three things.
Any of those three things.
But then you're going to
put them all together, you get E3. Which is a massive event for the video gaming industry that I've wanted to go to since I was knee-high to a bullfrog. And I'm pleased as pie.
There you go.
To say
all those nice Midwestern terms
to announce that I will be attending E3 next week, from Tuesday the 13th to Thursday the 15th, coming back on Friday or maybe late Thursday. No, I think it's late Thursday actually. So I will be back, but that means that we're going to have some sick content from E3. I'm going to try to film a little bit with me GoPro, maybe me iPhone.
Do you know yet what the like consumer side is going to show?
I don't really.
There's nothing.
I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of want to just go in blind.
Fair enough.
And also a lot of it is going to be dependent on what they announce at the conferences, because they won't announce any of that anyway yet. They might announce like. They probably have it up on the site. I haven't looked at all of the maps or anything yet. I'm sure they might have, like, you know, whatever wing or segment of the convention hall is going to be for... It's at the LA Convention Center. They probably have
LAX.
It listed...
No.
It's at LAX. That's going to be a nightmare. No, I think they have it listed where all this stuff is going to be for the consumer side of things, but I have no idea what's going to be there. And I think a lot of that is under wraps because of the press conferences, which are on...
Starting this weekend.
I think Sunday is the first one.
Saturday. Well, Saturday is EA. They're a separate thing. And then Sunday.
Well, don't worry about that.
Sunday
Microsoft.
And Monday is PlayStation.
I think so.
Okay.
Or
yeah,
sometime.
I don't know.
Are you there?
I'm gonna be in LA. I'm flying in.
I meant how many days are you going to the expo?
Oh, all 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going there on Thursday and leaving that same day?
I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving Tuesday morning at like. It's like a 6 a.m. flight, I think. 5 to 6 a.m. Somewhere around there.
Let's go through your whole itinerary.
I want to know where you are at every living moment.
Just to illustrate it. That's also not the only reason I'm going to LA. Tuesday will be at E3.
You're going to be doing some porn while you're down there.
And then I'm trying to break into
big.
the... Oh, well, I prefer to call it the adult film industry.
I mean, that's the respect it deserves.
Yeah. So thank you, Colter, for respecting my dreams and aspirations. Appreciate that. Anyway, I'll be there Tuesday at E3. And then Wednesday we'll be at E3. And in the evening, we are going to... A friend and I are going to... the Kingdom Hearts live orchestra concert at Staples Center, I believe.
Is it actually at Staples Center? That's like the biggest stadium.
Yeah.
In the world.
It is.
In the world.
And it's sold out, boys. And
a lot of weebs out
it's
there.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
it is
a little weird.
It is super nerdy, but I'm really excited because Kingdom Hearts holds a special place in me cold dead heart. And we have VIP tickets to meet Yoko Shimamura.
Sweet.
So we're going to get...
nice pics.
We're going to get some pics with the composer of Kingdom Hearts. That'll be cool. And then Thursday we'll be at the conference again and then flying out that night.
Sweet.
So I will not be here for next week's episode of Not So Subtle if you have one.
I expect you to have some hot content coming back from that.
I'm planning on
If
it.
nothing else, you can hand me the footage and I'll do something.
Get some scoops. If you see like...
I want to learn how to edit too.
If you see like some press like going to a room, just try to follow them.
Okay.
Just sneak a little...
Should I just go like Solid Snake,
photo?
like kind of
Yeah.
slip in through the...
Just like when they open the door, just be like, whoop, and then you just slide in real quick.
Yep.
They don't even see you. Just go in with them. Or take your badge, just flip it around, and it's like, who are you? It's like, I'm the photographer.
I'm Jerry, the
Yeah.
photographer.
I'm Fireburner, the photographer.
I'm Fireburner. Don't worry, I'm with Fireburner. I got this.
But they'll know that name.
I mean, everyone knows that name.
Jerry scored a goal. Wow.
Wow, good job, Kevin.
Fireburner.
No,
Nice job, 6 Sniper 766 for
I'm
scoring that
excited.
goal.
This
Laser
is,
blade,
here's a fun
76.
fact. This is the
Just
first time I've
silly.
ever flown anywhere by myself.
I mean, aren't you going with your friend?
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, like without
he's not a
without
person,
my
that's right.
parents, I guess.
Oh.
Like
Wow,
I've never been
you're
on
a
a
big
plane.
boy.
Like, yeah. I also hate flying.
You're not even an unaccompanied minor.
I
You're just
hate
an adult
You're a
man
I hate
with
flying.
a friend.
I hate the act of traveling.
What?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of anxiety.
That makes sense to me.
Like
Yeah.
being in the airport is like super stressful. There's people going every which way. Like I don't know the process for all this stuff.
I feel like
Being in an airplane just is like, to me, like logically just seems like a really bad idea.
it's actually much easier when you're in there because a lot of the people will just say like, oh, just go here, just go here, just go here, and they just funnel you in. They're like, shit, you'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Just
I
imagine you're a cow being funneled into the,
I mean, that's what society is every
the
day
warehouse.
anyway. So
You'll be fine.
yeah. No, it'll be cool.
It's literally the easiest like flight possible.
No, it is. It is super easy. It's like a 2-hour flight, like an hour and
Yeah.
40 something minutes. I don't know. It's super quick. So I'm sure it'll be
Just
fine.
take a quick nap. You'll be there in no time.
I was thinking of actually, so I haven't decided if I want to bring my Switch or not, but I was thinking of maybe bringing my Switch, playing some Mario Kart, trying out some multiplayer on the plane. Could be
I
kind of
haven't
cool.
decided whether I should use the Switch for its intended purpose or not.
just leave it
I don't
on.
know. I've lost things in hotel rooms before, and like, I don't know.
Yeah. I would feel like
I'm just scared, like, it's
carrying around the Switch. It's a big thing. Like it's
This is the thing. Like,
and it's like it's
I brought my PS4 to Disneyland.
that's unnecessary.
that is unnecessary for sure. No, but like,
Lols.
it's scary to me because one, if something happens to that Switch, I'm not getting another one in the next 7 years because they're not making any. It's super hard to find.
You'll get one.
There's easy
No,
to find.
I know, but like, I don't know. It's weird to me because the Switch. You think of it, it's like, oh, it's a handheld. It's like I would bring my 3DS probably or
Well,
my
it's like
Vita,
a big
but it's
tablet.
also
Scare
a
me a little
console.
bit to think
Like
about
it's
how
just a
much it costs
console.
and, like,
Yeah.
When I'm like kind of, handling it in whatever aggressive way I feel like, it's like, oh, this actually is
And
a
like
console.
this is actually not like this isn't a 3DS.
This is the hardware
This is like
right
a
here.
legit like system.
Yeah, like would you feel comfortable like carrying around like an iPad or something? Like I feel like that would just not be like
No,
I wouldn't do
I
that.
mean honestly, I'm probably not bringing any of those gadgets because like we're not even.
You're
gonna
leaving
be
your
in-
phone.
I'm not even taking my phone.
I have a feeling it's gonna be very packed inside the convention center.
That and also like I feel like
Also,
I would
why
never
you-
be on one of those devices really. We're
Yeah,
not going to be at
like-
the hotel room that much.
Yeah, so you're just like, instead of just doing E3, I'm just gonna sit here and just play my Switch.
You're going to be
instead.
waiting in like 4-hour lines.
That's true. Probably. There's like panels and stuff too. But.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard that the lines are like worse than like PAX or anything else.
I'm sure.
For, like, waiting for-
That was
I am,
before consumers were in there too. So imagine
Yeah.
having 15,000 more people in there.
but I also think they're going to have more dedicated press junk and stuff.
RAM.
More dedicated wham. Dedicated wham.
If you guys haven't seen the video, look up dedo-dated wham.
Dedo-dated.
We're not spelling that out for you.
Yeah, you're smart.
You're going to need it for that one, but we're not going to do it.
No, but I mean, I am incredibly excited to go to E3. It's been, it has legitimately been like on the top.
Yeah, we've heard enough about it.
Close to the top of my bucket list, so.
I remember bringing up when they announced that consumer tickets were available. I was like, "Hey, you guys, do you want to go?" And then both of you guys were like, "Fuck, no,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck." And then Dane's like, "I always wanted to go,
but then
and
when
now I
Dane
get
just has
to
the tickets just fall
go.
into his lap, he doesn't care. Yeah, I love to go. I've always been wanting to go to E3.
I've always wanted to go with all my heart."
It didn't fall into my lap. Mm-hmm. I had to win an eBay bid for it.
Which part of it?
What?
Which thing did you have to win an eBay bid for?
The
Tickets to E3?
Ticket,
Okay.
yeah.
You're sick in the head.
It was mostly because my friend, we were already going to LA for this concert, and then we figured out that E3 was the same 3 days we were originally planning on being there for 2 days, but then we found out it was the same week that we were going to be there, and then it's like, well, why not? It's like it's very close to where we were, so.
Fair enough, then.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that going to do it?
You won't roast me today.
It's already been done.
Should we pick a wacky film?
Yes.
You should. I don't know whose turn it was. Let's see. I picked Scanners. Colter picked Hot Fuzz. It's your turn, right, Dane?
Is it?
Yeah, because you got Saving Private Ryan.
It is Dane's turn.
Okay. Guys,
Really
really quick.
That's a reference to our previous podcast if you haven't
that
seen
you
it.
have seen.
We need to make another one of those Ditty songs, but use wacky film for it.
It's time for the wacky film list.
That is just beautiful, Colter.
Guys, while I'm doing this, just a quick preview of our next episode. We're going to be talking about alien life.
Colter and I are going to be talking about alien life. It's our. We're just going to have a special podcast.
Are you guys
we're gonna have a Joe Rogan podcast where we
Awesome.
literally just
Are you
talk
guys-
about like the inner machinations of our minds.
Yeah.
Are you actually going to do like an episode without me? I'll be so sad.
Sure.
No, I won't be sad.
I mean, it's on. You're out there getting content for us. We
Yeah,
gotta
That's
do
true. I'll be
something.
in the field.
You gotta go get the scoops.
Oh yeah, there
What am I
might not
down
be
for?
as much Outlast. I might have to space out the episodes that we did today. Anyways,
Okay. I have my hand in
still do Outlast.
the
with just one,
bag.
but whatever.
I'm just getting these
Just
mixed up a little
Scruff
bit.
them up a little bit.
Yeah.
You should get some cutouts of Dane and I, and then just sit us down, and then you can play Outlast 2 by yourself if you need to get some.
And then you'll just be
videos.
like, "Oh yeah, Dane, what do you think of that segment back there?"
Just cut together some words from this, and
Yeah,
use
you
a
can
Ditty.
create-
Use
just-
Ditty, and then just oh my god,
Just like, Papa cannot.
Papa cannot
that'd be awesome.
There's one thick bit.
sacrifice his children. Okay, I'm gonna grab a movie. You know what? I'm gonna grab a movie.
The wacky film list consists of 50 different movies that we decided that we wanted to watch.
Yep.
Every week we pick out a different one from this bag. We wrote them all on pieces of paper, and we're gonna watch it next week.
And we're gonna do something a
Well-
little unorthodox. I'm gonna take this
Oh
piece
wait,
of paper.
we're not gonna watch it next week because
Oh, that's true.
you're gonna be on.
Because you
I
fucked
mean, you
us.
could watch it at
I'll
some
have
point.
the listeners know that Colter and I specifically said at least 4 months in advance of the dates that we were not going to be available to do Wacky Wednesday. Dane gave us a week and a half notice, so I mean, just goes to show.
It just goes to show which members are better than the others.
I just found that to just be really disrespectful.
Just goes to show that there won't be an episode next week, so I'm gonna kill all y'all.
I mean,
There will be an episode.
there
Alright,
will
I'm gonna
be
grab a
an
movie. I
episode.
have one in my hand. Spirited Away.
Okay.
All right.
Here's my bold take: another overrated Miyazaki film.
All right, we don't need to watch it.
I
We
was
already
not
got your opinion.
enthused by the previous Miyazaki film, but this one seems more straightforward.
I was ready to be not blown away. I was ready to be heartily impressed by Princess Mononoke. I wasn't. So I have my expectations tempered for this one.
Yeah, me too. We had a little bit of fun watching the other one. Just
The
kind
other
of-
one is fine, but it
making fun of
certainly wasn't one of my favorite films on this
Sub or
list.
dub?
It's up to you guys.
I would prefer dubbed, but
The dub
Doesn't
for
matter.
Miyazaki movies are typically pretty good.
I don't know, it's kind of fun.
But either way.
well, boys,
Spirited
done it.
Away. Please
Spirited
watch
Away.
it.
If you want to
Alright.
watch that, we'll talk about it.
You guys are gonna have like a 2-week buffer to watch this one, so please
Yeah.
do.
Probably.
It is an Animu movie. But if you like Disney films or lighthearted and animated stuff, you could enjoy this movie.
If you appreciate people drawing this stuff by hand and putting it to motion, watch this film.
Yeah,
they're works of art.
Yeah, despite what you may think of Princess Mononoke, you can't deny that it was a beautifully drawn animated film.
I respect the artistry that goes into those.
It's
anime.
It's good. Spirited Away. I mean, Miyazaki, this Studio Ghibli. I don't know.
I like Ghibli.
They put so much like blood, sweat, and tears and effort into these things. This movie is beautiful to look at.
All right.
Yeah,
it's good to hear. Shall we plug it up? Plug it out.
If you guys want to contact us, you can email us at itsnotsosubtle@gmail.com. We have a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All those are itsnotsosubtle@gmail. Thank you. All of them are at itsnotsosubtle. And
please send stuff in to email. We want to hear your comments, critiques, questions, anything. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just even if you want to just say hi, just say something.
Say something to me, please. We got no fan comments this week. Just so you guys.
Honestly, guys,
if you guys missed that section, you can change it.
No, we actually got something. We got a review on iTunes.
Did we really?
Yeah, no, we definitely got one on iTunes.
I already know.
Yeah, this is
a trick.
Find it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Not so subtle.
Are you serious?
I'll say that we set up a Twitch account, and we have that going. It's the same handle. It's not so subtle at gmail.com.
So this review is titled "Very Funny, Haha." These guys are one funny bunch, and their range of interest from Guy Fieri to Shrek means that they're always hilarious topics to listen to. Highly recommend.
Wow.
So thank you, reviewer.
Did it say a name for that person?
No name
so
on
it
there.
Does. I do have a name for this one.
I think maybe on Dane's phone it shows the name.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I can understand why it might not show it on your phone.
First, should we do Jordan's plugs? Where can we find you? What is your app name?
You can find me at the Killamilla. I'm not going to spell it out for you guys, specifically for what's going to happen next. That's me on Instagram. Jordan Miller on Facebook, if you want to find me there. You can even follow my Tumblr, where I reblog and post GIFs of anime a lot. That's Tenzo-Taicho. The Kill Mill also on Steam, PSN.
Would you say that you're the Killamilla on most?
I would say so. I'm gonna say that on most places, if you look up the Killamilla, it'll probably be me, but I'm not gonna say all of them.
But there's no guarantee.
Would you say that Tenzo-Taicho is your real avatar? Would that be your if you're in RLCS, would that be your name?
No, the Killamilla is definitely my that's my name.
That's your name. All right. Okay. So who wrote this?
Yeah. So I mean, look. Accidents happen. There's coincidences. The world is a strange place, right? Like things happen. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about this.
It was written by Fireburner.
This review was written by Guy Fieri. No, it was written by.
Whoa.
I don't know how to pronounce this. I'll spell it out. Capital THA, capital KILLA, capital MILLA.
That Killamilla?
It could be that Killamilla.
All right. All right, I'll level with you guys. I wrote the review.
You wrote the review.
You're gonna say it.
Okay.
I did it.
Yeah, I mean, you were gonna say it one way or another.
I mean, but I wrote that review, but I meant every word I put in there. So,
guys, take pity on us. We're literally writing reviews for our own podcast. Please,
guys, that's a hilarious bit.
Guys, you'll be the first non-podcast member to write a review for this podcast if you do it right now.
If you want your review to be next to my review, just write it.
Yeah.
It's right. It'll be right there.
If you've ever questioned what rock bottom looks like, we're here. We're here now.
Guys, everybody starts somewhere, so.
And end somewhere, too. So, if you want to find me on social media or in rock bottom, you can find me at Lane to Point. Pretty much everything. I have been streaming a little more on Twitch, being hosted on It's Not So Subtle on our Twitch page.
How does that work? Is it just when someone in our group starts streaming? I think
you can set it up where, if any of us start streaming...
Well, I did set it up. So I have a list of people. It starts with you, because you had the best streaming quality settings, so I just chose that.
When you're streaming 1080p 60, I mean, come on, that's high qual. That's the highest qual there is.
There's a list of people, so it goes Jordan, Dane, then me, then Rocket League, and I'll probably add like one or two other channel. So whenever those people are streaming, it'll be hosted by our channel.
Sweet.
Right.
So if you want to see any of us there, that's where to find us.
Yeah.
On It's Not So Subtle. Correct?
There have been some wild PlayerUnknown's moments
Absolutely.
that have been on stream. Not all of them have been, but it could be fun to watch.
I think our last win was on stream.
It was.
Not our, but
It was
You're part
on
of the team.
It
Sure,
was
I'll call
on
myself part of the
stream.
team.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
at the military
It's
base.
fun. You guys
Yeah.
can hear us in Discord. We're just having a good old time.
Yeah, it's fun. Wild stuff happens.
so you're
It
laying
is-
to point.
Yeah, I'm laying to point. Jordan is the kill mill, in case you didn't forget. He wrote that review.
I mean, listen, I was just trying to support the brand.
No, I hear it. I like it.
I am
Colter,
at
where can people find you?
Colter, where can they find
COLTERPOTTER. I'll
Yes.
always spell it. I'll always let the new viewers know what's up.
I just don't know.
Colter's
what that is.
interlude.
Colter.
I don't even know what that is.
This is
And-
Colter's Corner.
Coulter's Corner.
Colter's Nook.
So yeah,
Ooh,
those
nice.
are my, like, Twitter and Instagram are my babies. They're not my babies. I don't really care, but those are the ones that I update most frequently, and I would enjoy it if you looked at. Also, we're doing Let's Plays on our Not So Subtle YouTube channel. Look up Not So Subtle. It's the only one that's not. It's not so subtle. It's just not so subtle.
You guys will see our sick logo. It's there.
You'll see it. I'm not going to spell it.
I'm not gonna spell not so subtle.
There's
for
no
you guys.
need.
You're smart.
But we recorded 7 episodes today, so whether or not I release those every day or whether I space them out a little bit because Dane's going to be gone,
Yeah, it might be a
it's a
little
different
strapped,
question.
strapped for content this week, but it's okay.
hopefully we should have some content coming up after that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I feel like we are nearing the end of Outlast 2.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Let's be honest, we're a little bit hoping because we're getting a little burnout on Outlast 2. There's still fun stuff that's happening, but
Yeah,
I'm having fun because of you guys.
Yeah.
I'm having less fun with the game. I do kind of want to see where it goes, but
it's getting wild.
yeah, I have plans to do more highlights videos for Outlast 2. I have plans to do a highlights video for the podcast that has been requested
sweet.
by someone I know. So
By all the viewers, everyone.
all the viewer.
So
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I have someone special to take us out. Do you have anything else to say?
I just want to say thanks to everyone for listening and tune in next week.
I would just like to let everyone know that this podcast, this week, was sponsored by Paper. Just Paper in
What
general.
the fuck is this segment?
Huh?
What the fuck is this bit?
This is the bit where we're responsible.
We set up a nice little set over
hey,
here
don't-
with this light.
No, they don't have to know. People
No?
don't know about that.
Okay, I just
don't know
figured
about that
I'd
light.
throw it out to Paper. If you want to buy some paper, use the code It's Not So Subtle at checkout anywhere
You can't-
paper is
that,
sold.
That doesn't. You can't do that. It doesn't.
It
work.
works. No, it works. Just try it. Just go to the store, try to buy some paper, use It's Not So Subtle, see what happens. Thank you.
Carmine, take us out. Why are there so many songs about buses? And what's on the...
Oh no.
That's the end, boys.
that was
That's
a
it.
tremendous end to the podcast. This is my Donald Trump impersonation. I'm working on it.
And this is getting cut out.
It's
It's not gonna be.
Tremendous.
Just clap us out. Clap us out.
Come on.
Clap us out.
Come on.
I was joking.
Clap us out.
No, if you edit that out, I will fight you. Physically.
Thank
Bye.
I love you.